Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I don't know what this is. I don't know what I'm doing here. We're trying something somewhat different editing, different way of doing things. We'll see, do we like it? Let me know. Also, are we sick of the background music yet? I still like it. I keep thinking that I'm going to be annoyed by it, but then I'm not. And I'm also too lazy to find new songs. Unless everyone tells me that this one's annoying and that I really need to switch it, then I'll switch it. I'll put in the effort for you guys. This is the first video that I am posting in a series of me attempting to make cottagecore themed foods. And for this one, we're focusing on meal prepping for the week. We're focusing on making a few signature dishes that will reappear in meals throughout the week. Some things that I want to get better at making DIY, making myself at home to save money, to be more domestic, to be more self-sufficient. Just some things that I'm trying to make myself on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. The first being a nice focaccia bread. I've wanted to make focaccia bread myself for so long. I see so many people making focaccia and it looks so good. I don't know if anyone else used to go to Sweet Tomatoes all the time and get their focaccia bread. That was the first time I had focaccia, and it's also maybe the only time I've ever had focaccia other than myself making it for this video. That's interesting. Is Sweet Tomatoes fully closed now? That's really, really sad. Their focaccia bread wasn't vegan anyways, but I ate it as a child. Anyways, I wanted to decorate it in a cute way because that seemed cottagecore to me. But then I remembered that I wanted to use it for sandwiches for the week, so I was gonna be like cutting it up and making sandwiches out of it. So I didn't really want to do too much on it. Sometimes people put way too much on top of the focaccia while they're baking it, and I feel like it would just make it not bake right, you know, to like cover it so much, especially with like moist vegetables. So I tried to keep it kind of simple, tried to keep it kind of light. I'm not a fan of the parsley, to be honest, but it looked interesting. I think the thyme was really good. The little tomatoes and mushrooms were kind of cute, but again, they just kind of fall off. So don't plan too much. Don't have too high of expectations. Everything just falls off of it. Okay, no one tells you this when you see them making their cute little focaccia, decorated focaccia breads, you know? And also, thank you to my online vegan friend, Chase. Wow! Also, I wanted to say a thank you to my online friend, fellow vegan, Chase, for sending me his cookbook. I posted on my Instagram about it a long time ago, but I finally am actually putting a recipe in a video.
It's Brittany, bitch.
And I made Chase's focaccia recipe for this video, and it must have been a really trusty recipe because even with my dumbass oven that I cannot even begin to understand, the focaccia still turned out amazing. I loved it so much. I really wanted to make this focaccia just because I wanted to, but also because I wanted to make some nice little veggie sandwiches with it. Basically, all I did was cut a little bit of the focaccia lengthwise. Is that how we say that? And I put it in the oven. The first time I had just roasted the veggies, so I just put the bread in the oven with some cheese and tomato on it just to like warm it up, toast it up, and then just stacked on the veggies because they were already, you know, freshly warm and ready to go. That was pretty delicious. I think the second sandwich I made was better though. The first one, I forgot to put my little sauce on. And so the second one, I did remember that. And this one, I toasted it with the veggies on it to reheat them up. And then I pulled it out before the last few minutes just to put on the cheese, make sure it melted. And this was the superior way to do it, I think. So good. Love a good roasted veggie sandwich. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. The next thing we are making for the week is a salad dressing. I want to make more salad dressings more often, and also I want to make more salads more often. I actually love salad if it's made a good way, you know, with a nice dressing, hearty dressing, not one of those little piss baby vinaigrette bullshit, you know. Also when it has cooked things in it. I like a good cooked protein, cooked grain, something like that in my salad. Right now I am doing a little thing, I don't know what to call it, where you place your greens into a bowl of ice water. I do this sometimes if they're kind of limp, and it just helps to, you know, crisp them back up a bit. If you just soak them in it for like 5 minutes, it's probably good. So I'll just leave them in there while I'm cutting other veggies. I basically was just using all the veggies that I had that I wanted to use that day. I'll be honest, this is not the best salad I've ever made. It honestly was just okay. The dressing was fun to make. I wanted to do something different that I don't normally make, and I also had a lot of cashews, so I was like, cashew dressing, eh. But I honestly didn't love it. It was just okay. Retrospectively, I wish I just made pesto. Honestly, I love pesto, big fan of pesto. I love making pesto into a dressing just by adding some lemon juice. Yeah, I'm never making this dressing again. Way too much work. I don't understand why I did it. Well, I just explained why I did it. Pesto would have also gone really well on these sandwiches. That would have been even better than the dressing that I had on there. I also used this dressing though to dip pizza in when we ran out of ranch. That was pretty good. But again, like I probably would have just preferred pesto. I'm also a basil kind of girl, you know. Basil's my favorite herb, I would say. So maybe that's the bias. I also sauteed up some chickpeas on the stove with some seasonings and olive oil. My favorite pastime. This is my favorite staple way to make a salad, is just sauteing up some chickpeas. I feel like sauteed chickpeas are the easiest and like most versatile protein to put on like a salad or like a bowl type thing. Like, I'm not even gonna link the recipe that I used for the dressing below. I don't even think I made it right. I don't know. I just make a pesto. Like, I'll put a recipe for pesto instead. Why have I not made that in so long? I don't understand myself, but I bought a basil plant from Sprouts and I'm really trying to keep it alive. So maybe in the next video I'll make pesto sauce, pesto dressing, pesto dip, pesto aioli. That'd be good. I also put some sprouts on the salad and cherry tomatoes. Got some veggies from the local fruit and veggie stand for this video. That was pretty cool. I need to start going back to them more often. I want to start supporting local growers more often. I'm bad at that. Next, we are doing another hack. Look at that. I started doing this last year and I do it now every single time I get strawberries. I love strawberries so much and I always get like really anxious about them going bad too quickly, especially since I always want to get like a lot of them at once because I'm just so excited and I just want to buy like as many as I possibly can, and then they all go bad and it's really sad. Basically all you do is just soak them for like 5 minutes in a bowl with mostly water, a little bit of vinegar. There's like a ratio you're supposed to do, but I never actually follow it. And then you just rinse them off so they don't taste like vinegar. You don't really have to rinse them that much, but just enough so that they don't taste like vinegar, and then leave them out to dry and then put them in the fridge, and they stay good for so much longer than they would if you didn't do that. I've seen so many strawberries go to waste because people just leave them out and don't touch them, and then there's just mold growing in the underbelly and you don't know about it because you don't see it. And then you lift up a strawberry and you notice that they're all moldy, and it's so freaking sad. The next thing we're making is some granola. I really need to start making granola more often because it's so good to have for just like easy breakfasts or even like snack, whatever. Ooh, I could have made like granola bars, I guess, if I wanted to. That would have probably been cool. But anyways, I just found a simple granola recipe and then I made 2 different flavors of it. I also just used up a bunch of the different nuts and seeds that I had in the pantry, especially the ones that I felt like were going stale. The first flavor we are creating today is a chocolate date flavor. Someone let me know if these dates look like they are too old for consumption. They seem fine to me. They're just a little crunchy, crispy, crystallized, you know? But they taste fine, they smell fine. They're not like weird, only weird looking. I also put a lot of cocoa powder in here, or cacao powder. I didn't really measure it, I just kept on going. You pretty much get the gist of what it's gonna taste like by trying it raw. I actually really like it raw, even though I don't think it's that good for your digestion. But yeah, basically the difference between them is a bunch of dates and cocoa powder in the first one, also some extra salt to be like a salted chocolate, you know, love that. And the second one, I put an apple that had gotten pretty like bruised and wrinkly. I just cut it up really small, and I also added some extra cinnamon. Although in the apple one, I feel like I really didn't even notice the apple flavor or the apple chunks. They just like disappeared. I don't know. Maybe I cut them too small. I could have probably cut them bigger. I could also use dried apple, but I had like bruised apple, so I wanted to use them anyways. But maybe next time for this larger batch, I could have did 2 apples because they were kind of small apples. Anyways, the chocolate one I slightly burnt. I slightly overcooked it, but I think once I make it again, it'll be really, really good because I'll know more what I'm doing. It kind of gave me like Cocoa Pebbles vibes, but just like overcooked and like healthier. So once I make it again, maybe I'll make it like super good Cocoa Pebbles granola. The recipe was really easy and it turned out really well. But the only thing I haven't really got down yet or got figured out is how to make it clump up better. I think the last time I made granola myself, it clumped up pretty well, but this time I feel like it didn't at all. The only thing that clumped was like where there was a lot of dates. It kind of just like stuck together because that's how dates are. But if anyone has any better tips on how to get it to clump better, let me know. Maybe I should have cooked it lower for longer or something. Don't know, but super fun. Well, I wouldn't say super fun, but like pretty cool. I feel like I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish with this like meal prepping portion of the video. Basically just like encouraging myself, inspiring myself to try to make more things myself, you know? Especially the things that are like so easy to make yourself where you're like, why aren't I making these myself? Anyways, hopefully this inspires you guys to make some things yourself too, especially things that are expensive, like maybe salad dressings. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a good day, eat some good food, or had a good day and ate some good food. And please look out for my other videos where I'm making more interesting things. And follow me on Twitch if you want to see me sometimes play games or talk about vegan things. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. See you later.